Thanks for staying with us. My case. What have you done for Nigeria? As we mark the 65th anniversary of Nigeria's independence from colonial rule by Britain on Wednesday, 1st of October 2025, I remember Nigeria at 25. Nigeria is 25. We sang as children with our hopes and aspirations for a brighter future. Our parents also believed Nigeria would attain true federalism and democracy, a government that works for everyone, very soon. But before I ask what Nigeria has done for you in 65 years, let me ask, what have you done for Nigeria? Maybe that's the right order. Huh? I served Nigeria in Niger State. That was my coming of age gift to the country. It was my first time away from home and I was very excited. But like everything else Nigerian, my corruption fooled the experience. Sorry, I'm talking about what I have done for Nigeria. No vex, I'm used to complaining. Rural communities in Nigeria love corps members. Corps members teach their children and do community projects. So our Corpers Lodge was built by a rich neighbor. He worked in Abuja. Every time he came home, we were always excited. We would fetch water from his house. Our Corpers Lodge did not have water. He would ask them to cook in large quantities and he would sit outside to eat with neighbors. He left me with a very strong regard for him, a rich neighbor taking care of his community. But if Nigeria had not filled most of its citizens, no one needed to depend on neighbors for food. Jumoke, you're complaining again, no? I'm sorry. Under Governor Fashola, I, by myself, went to Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, LIRS office in Alausa, introduced myself, and told them I wanted to be paying my personal income taxes. I got a tax identification number TIN that I started quoting to every company I consulted for. Of course, I had a tax consultant, an accountant for Alawode-James Limited. He had also directed me to the Federal Inland Revenue Service FIRS office in Onigbongbo to register, and I was issued a TIN for the company. FIRS and Alawode-James Limited are friends. Never mind that business was slow. I was doing more individual consultancies than pushing the company business of events and media. Every company I did consultancy with deducted taxes. Never mind that some of them never remitted though. The big ones for that matter, you know that one. It's the small companies that remitted. Lastly, I hold every government accountable. Oh, and on this table, I remember that my university education, I used to pay 90 naira. It was highly subsidized. So that's one thing Nigeria did for me. For my father, it was even his secondary school. He had come from village primary school. No. Mission, St. Paul's Primary School in Gbongon to King's College in Lagos. So he used to tout, read your book. Well, I did not get federal government scholarship to secondary school. I went to Navy, and we were the ones who subsidized for the naval students, naval officers' children, right? But I got in, and my 4 years was primarily subsidized. Again, I would have liked bursary. I never got it. But if all Nigerians were only doing one thing, and that is holding governments accountable, government officials will be less lackadaisical about serving the people rather than their pockets. If they can share our patrimony, receive taxes, and live a luxury on taxpayers' money, they can answer to us. Never mind that the irresponsible ones call it criticism. It's constructive criticism if it puts governments on their toes to do better. After all, I'm only a citizen of Nigeria. Don't mind that government official boasting that his family members have other citizenship. He doesn't have shame. How can you be working for Coca-Cola and proudly claiming you drink Pepsi? Doesn't that show your product is defective? What have you done for Nigeria? Okay, here's my verdict. They ask us to ask what we can do for our country before we ask what our country has done for us. Abi? Not bad. But it's a country that secures your life, health, and education that you can play sports for, pay taxes to, serve, and even openly claim as yours. On Independence Day, we, the jurors, will ask what Nigeria has done for you. But today, tell us, what have you done for Nigeria?